I never really knew how to view Lamont Peterson. 32-2-1 with 16 knockouts. Most notable fights against Timothy Bradley, in which he lost, Victor Ortiz, Amir Khan, and you got Kendall Holt, old man Kendall Holt. Now, between 2011 and 2013, he had time off. Why? Because he abused banned substances in the Amir Khan fight. Amir Khan himself said that he'd never seen nobody come at him like that before, to keep taking them shots and kept coming forward. That was the fight where it was that referee with that mohawk. I will never forget it. I will never let a referee with a mohawk referee none of my fights. I will threaten to walk out the event. I will threaten to cancel at the last minute. But long story short, Amir Khan got a point deducted for pushing. And that was the defining factor. Now, I forgot which belt it was. I forgot which one it was. I don't know if it was the WBA, but one of the 140 pound titles that Lamont Peterson got was stripped away because Lamont Peterson failed the drug test. But yet he was still able to keep that 140 pound IBF belt. Now, when it comes to that IBF belt, if you look at the fact that he fought Kendall Holt for it. Then when he fought Lucas Matisse, that wasn't even for the belt because that was over 140 pounds. So when you think about credible title defenses, what is there for Lamont Peterson? Now, I know I sound overcritical, but Lamont Peterson is good to an extent of what he is. He's a pressure fighter that can somewhat box, but he's been down multiple times. And let's talk about his opponent. By the way, he weighed in the 140 pound limit. He's given a title shot to Edgar Santana, who is won 8 of his last 9 fights. Let me see. Let me see if I remember. Excuse me. 29-4. I believe he's been knocked out once with 20 KOs. So I know he's 29 wins. He's got 20 KOs. His last fight he won with a first round knockout. He's got multiple knockouts before the 7th round. And then, like I said, he's won 8 of his last 9 fights. Now, when it comes to credible competition, I can start throwing off names like Manuel Perez. I forgot a couple others, but their names, if you think about his resume, there are names where you have to question, well, of all the other 140-pound guys, how is this guy getting the title shot? And then how is Salka almost getting the title shot? So, that's just some funny business going on, and the fans are just upset because how are you going to have Danny Garcia and Lamont Peterson on the same card? It's like a smack in the face to fans. Because y'all know, as far as the boxing promoters and the advisors, y'all know that the fans want to see that fight, so you just smack us right in the face and say no. This is how the news comes out first. The news comes out that says Danny Garcia and Lamont Peterson are going to be fighting on August the 9th, right? So then you get all hype and like, oh, they're going to fight each other. But then it turns out they're fighting Salka and Edgar Santana. Edgar Santana has a better chance of winning than Salka, in my opinion. Edgar Santana has a better chance of knocking out Lamont Peterson, who's been down several times. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but who's been down several times in his career, and then showed somewhat of a mental lapse against Lucas Matisse. Edgar Santana is not Lucas Matisse. Edgar Santana himself has been knocked out and can be knocked out again himself because he swings wildly. But I think that this fight will be the most exciting fight of all the fights on the card because of the fact of the two styles of coming right for you. Now, they're both managed and advised by Al Heyman, meaning Lamont Peterson and Danny Garcia. So fans are like, well, how come y'all saying y'all can't fight each other? Y'all both got the same manager. Go to him and say, yo, we want to fight. But there's some type of plan going on, and there's something going on with this matchmaking that we don't understand. For example, let's go back to April 26th of 2014, where you get, once again, this is how the news comes out, Lucas Matisse and Keith Thurman are going to be on the same card. You get where I'm going with this? But then what happens is you find out that it'll be Lucas Matisse against John Molina, and then Keith Thurman against Julio Diaz. While those are good fights, but it's like, why are you teasing us like that? Another fight, September the 6th. You got, first the news comes out, Adrian Broner versus Lucas Matisse on the same card. But fans know Matisse would destroy Adrian Broner. So what do? You put them in separate bouts. You see where I'm going with this, guys? And Lamont Peterson as far as his next fight, just like Danny Garcia, with all the backlash about all this, and you can look at Lamont Peterson, and you can be mad at Danny Garcia, but you got to look. Well, wait a minute, Lamont Peterson fighting Edgar Santana, who's ranked in the top 100, but not in the top 50. You know, so there's so much going on that I'm not understanding the thought process of these promoters, or the fact that fans are, that they know that fans are upset. So, for example, I have the Showtime package. I enjoy boxing. I have to find, what I do, I have to find some joy in fights, and I never completely count a boxer out. So I give guys like Edgar Santana a chance. I give Rod Salka a chance. I give guys like Fonfara a chance. I give Julio Diaz a chance. I give people a chance. And poor old Paulie Malignaggi, I'm sorry, because Lord knows I gave him a chance against Sean Porter. Just like I'm giving Kell Brook a chance against Sean Porter too. Am I saying these guys are going to win? No. I have to look at both sides and say, well, this guy can win because of this, and this guy can lose because of this, and so on and so on. So when I look at the fact that, well, these guys got the same manager and advisor, I'm paying every month for Showtime, on the Showtime package. Me, well, what I do, I have to watch every single fight, whether it's good or whether it's bad. But I'm thinking about the other fans that are saying, I'm not going to watch that, I'm not staying. But real passionate boxing fans are going to watch it, whether they're pissed off or don't like the matchmaking or not. And that's just honestly what it is. But if you don't know, I'm TstreeT Controversy. I call the show TstreeT Controversy Live. I cover every single major boxing event live. Weigh-in, such and such. The channel was brand new, solely and owned and operated by me, TstreeT Controversy, the #1 boxing commentator on YouTube. And yes, I'm saying that, but see, right now, it's the real test because I'm at the bottom and I gotta work my way up. So, TstreeT Controversy Live.